Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today in the Domain System P episode 5, we'll be doing quite a lot of building. For example, first one I'm going to be doing is the walls of the community center. We got a design and all the materials ready. And I'm also going to be decorating my iron factory and changing the design since it looks really bad right now. Hope you guys love the video. Let's get right into it. So first of all, we'll be needing a couple of materials. The materials will be black stone bricks and mangrove fences, polished blackstone brick walls, and leaves and lanterns. We have this design in mind, and we were just gonna change the palette of it. So real quick right now off camera, it took us like about half a day to do it, but we terrained the whole outline of where the wall will be, as you can see kind of like right behind me right now. And now it was time to just build them. So I just made the design first since Contra and Lockley didn't really know the design off the top of their head. So I made it, and then we made a couple more, and we finished the whole build. They were just finishing off placing out lanterns, and we were done. That was not that long on video, but trust me, this took us a whole day to finish from start to finish. And that's without even getting the materials. But now that we finished it, it was time to do some other things. So first of all, Conchu was making a bridge over the river from the actual mainland to his place, and I was trading with villagers since I needed to get better tools, armor, and I need to spend on my elytra stuff. So here I was, after like 10 minutes of trading, I got these. I got a really good pickaxe, and later on off camera I got the max pickaxe for fortune and silk touch, and max shovel for fortune and silk touch. And here's how the bridge was going for Khonshu. And as well, the bridge to pop the squid's gravestone and the actual gravestone was changed up by Lockley. And yeah, after we did that, I told them, well, let's go to the river, so we did. I got some lanterns and started placing it down. And now we're making gates. Now, the gate over here, I needed to first of all break down 5 parts of the wall. Every part is 5 blocks wide of the wall. So I had to break down 3 of them. I had to break down 3 of them. And yeah, after I broke that, it was time to build the design. My base was futuristic. So I had to make a futuristic design for a gate. And I didn't really have one in mind. And I'm not really the type of person who really knows futuristic styles. I only know like medieval and rundown and all that. So I was like, why not? I know at least the materials I'll need. Quartz, white concrete, and iron with blue stained glass. So I made 2 pillars, and then I added some glass and some iron, and this is how it ended up looking like. I'm not really that happy about it, but it was something. I didn't really have a design in mind, but at least it was good. And now it was time to move on to the iron factory. Now the iron factory was a really big building project. First of all, I had to off camera get all the materials I needed, and then I had to break down the old design and then replace it. So I did that. I broke down the old design and got all the materials. I have them in shulker boxes and even in my inventory right now. And now it was time for me to just build the design. Now I saw these designs on like Instagram and Google and all that, and that's when I realized that my designs were not really a factory at all. They just looked weird. So now I know how they must look like, and yeah, I just started placing down some blocks, hoping they would look good. And this is what I ended up with so far. You can't really see it that much, but because I'm still building it. But now I had to give it some depth because the last one was just a flat box. So yeah, now I'm adding the outline. And meanwhile, while I was doing all of this, Lockley and Contra were just messing around playing with their elytras. You can go check that out on Lockley's channel. Now this is how it ended up looking like. Really do tell me in the comments if they looked good or not. Because in my opinion, I feel like I went too overboard with how many details I added, like the staircases, fences, and walls and slabs. And so yeah, I think I put too much in, but I feel like it came out fine. You guys tell me down in the comments how you feel about it. And yeah, now that I finished the first side, it was time to do the other three. Now, this side over here, it didn't really have another plan to it, so I just started placing down some blocks, and you can see the design I did right there with the granite walls. And at this point, I realized that this did not look good at all, and I had to change them. So I thought of another design in my head and changed it, and it turned into this. I hope this looks way better. Again, tell me down in the comments down below. And now that was the second side done, and I had to finish 2 more sides. Now, obviously, I had the same plan on both sides. Once again, place down the bricks into make shapes as well with them for the glass, and then add the stairs, walls, and slabs so I can make details around it. For both sides, I just did that, and then they came out pretty good. Like that was the back side, and then I had to do the last side. And while I'm doing all this, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel, because it would really support me a lot. And I just want to say thank you so much for the last video hitting 30 views almost, and that's basically double of what I had like on the average video. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And yeah, as you guys I just saw right there, that was my last side. And now all I had to do was fill in the flooring in the inside of it and the roof. So here's a quick fly around the factory real quick. You can barely see it. I didn't really go too far away looking at it because I didn't have that fireworks at that point. I borrowed one from Lock and Conchu so that I can get up the roof. And I just had to place some slabs on the top so then no golem spawn in, and then yeah, that was it. All I had to do was the flooring and then the underside of it. So while I was doing the flooring, you can see Conchu died because they were doing the Elytra games and he flew a bit too hard and then hit the floor. He died. And then, well, after I finished this, all I had to do was make the pillars to hold it up. So I decided to place down some deep slate tiles for the bottom holding up the pillar, which will be deep slate bricks. So that was my design. As you can see over here, I'm just building underwater, the actual holder. And then I put in the actual pillar holding it up. Now on the top of the pillar, you can see that I didn't really put anything else. It's just like, it just gets stuck on it. But I did change that up later on. And I added some stuff on the top. And then after I do all of that, all I would need to do is the boat on the bottom. That would be the place where everyone can access the actual iron. Because this iron factory is actually a shop. 3 diamonds equals a set of iron. But as you can see over here, I wasn't doing that right now because we had to get rid of my villager area so that we could place the statues there, since that was the middle of the community center. And just to help them out real quick, I borrowed 5 gunpowder, made a TNT, made some flint and steel, and blew it up because I thought, why the heck not? I haven't blown up a single TNT so far, and I really miss blowing it up. So I blew it up while they were trying to rescue the villagers, and I didn't really care. Because either way, I was using those villagers for getting building blocks for this factory, and since I finished it, I didn't really need them anymore. And yeah, now I'm finishing off the finishing touches on the top of the pillars, the 4 pillars. And now that I finished it, all I have to do is just one more, and then that'll be it. And then I'll need to do the boat on the bottom. Now, the boat, I didn't really have a designer for it, and I wasn't really good with boat building, I guess. So I decided to first of all make a raft with spruce, because I really like spruce wood. Like, who doesn't? I made first of all I made a raft, and then I added some details around it to give it like a shape and pointy on both sides, and it ended up looking good. And then I made a hopper pipe that goes from the iron farm all the way down to where the chests were. And then I added some details with some mangrove roots and some composters. And then I added lanterns, and I feel like that looks pretty good. Now all I had to do until I finished it was to first of all I put in the sign that said 3 diamonds for a stack of iron ingots. And if anyone wanted to donate a stack of iron to me from my shop, then I'll pay them 2 diamonds. I didn't put that on the sign, but we all knew that. Because then I wouldn't be making any money if I paid them 3 instead. So yeah. And now I had to make a pipe around the actual hopper so it can look at least good. So I used a Deepset tile wall to put it, and I didn't really bring it all the way down because I felt like that wouldn't really look good. So I made that, and then that was it for the Iron Factory. All we had to do was make the roads from each gate and every build we have to the statues. My one didn't really have to work that much because it was right next to the sheep farm that Concho had, so I really basically had the road for it. But then after that, we had to make our statues. Now for my statue, I was thinking a design of like this type of design right here, but it ended up looking too big, so by the time I broke it down, everyone else made their statues and I just had to make mine. So instead I went for this design over here, and it didn't really come out that bad. I feel like it was pretty good. And then I also wanted to add like a little staff on him because we all did that and it would look good. And we put the dragon egg in the middle, and to make it look like it was magical, like floating, we added some stained glass around it, and that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. And if you have any suggestions on any of my builds, do let me know down in the comments. And that is it for today's video. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.